Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV on this Tuesday afternoon. I hope everyone is all well out there in the world, wherever you are today. West Ham. West Ham is the one. West Ham is the one that keeps on giving to all of us. Shout out to Drano. Also, is this the one doing the rounds again? Yes. Mr. Batshuayi. I've just got it up on here. He is linked to us, 31 years old, soon to be 32. We love a 31-year-old at his fucking club, don't we? Let's be honest. And he scored 17 matches, 5 goals and 2 assists. And that's the man that we're being linked to today. There is another man who is being linked to, and I sort of done a little bit of research on him, and he ain't doing too bad, is Evann Guessand from Nice, 23, soon to be 24. Ivory Coast international, but he is a man who West Ham are looking at for about £20 million. Now, as I look at the research on him, I think he scored something like 8 goals this year, if I've got this right. So he ain't doing too bad. 17 matches, 8 goals, 4 assists, 2 yellow cards. Make of it what you make of it at the end of the day. It just proves one thing, that Sullivan is well and truly back in control of transfers, which is quite sad to see. Let's see what Drenel's got to say. If you want to put any comments in, put your comments. I'm going to read out as many comments as possible. I am going to be here for about an hour, maybe hour and a half, because I am bored out of my nut here. And yeah, I'm going to do this. So yeah, there you go. Where is Batshuayi playing? He's in setting the world alight. He is currently playing for Galatasaray, but he did used to play for Fenerbahce. And I looked at his sort of stats earlier on. I'm going to try and get him back, because it was sort of, when I heard the news, I was like everyone else, like Sullivan's well and truly taking the piss out of us again. But I did have a look at his stats for Fenerbahce, and his stats for Fenerbahce weren't too bad. He had 46 appearances for Fenerbahce and scored 24 goals. That ain't bad. Do you know what I'm saying? For Fenerbahce, but for Galatasaray, 17 appearances, 5 goals. So, you know, it is one of them ones. Honestly, this club really does sort of baffle me from time to time. Do you know what I'm saying? I was the one who was saying about Sullivan forever, and now he's back in control of the situation. It's not looking good, lads. It's not looking good. Let's get to a few comments. Nick, hope you're well, mate. Guessing he's good. Can play across the front line. Do you know what? He looks decent, mate. And he looks like he's got sell-on value and all. West Ham, £20 million. Would you have him? I think I would for 20 mil. He's 23. Excuse me. He's having a good season this season. This season, he 17 games, 8 goals, 4 assists. It's pretty good going for a striker in Ligue 1. Obviously, Jonathan Davies is the dream, but that ain't going to happen. So we need to go for someone else. And for £20 million, I don't think it's really that bad of a signing. Do you know what I'm saying? He did have a loan spell at Nice when he was a bit younger, and he scored 3 goals. But, you know, he's a young lad who's doing all right. He's currently in Ligue 1's team of the month or team of the week or something like that I read. Do you know what? I would just take a risk on someone, because you never know. Obviously, we've been mentioned with who's the bad news striker currently. Wahai is his name is. Fucking don't come on this channel if you want me to pronounce names, because I will nose them up. Do you know what I mean? He's bad news, and you don't want him anywhere near your sort of club at the minute. It's not a sort of standard that you want to be setting for West Ham. That is the boy. That is the man. Yeah, go and have a look at his Wikipedia page. It's not good viewing, mate. So, as I have a drop on my coffee, yeah, I don't want that geezer anywhere near the club, mate. We don't need liabilities at the minute, and he's a walking liability. Our under 18s being beaten 4-0 by Palace. It's not looking good, mate. I hope you're well, Dennis. Hope you're well, man. I'm not sure about the. I'm not sure the Turkish league is any better than League One, apart from the big two. I agree. Thing is, if someone said to me right now, if someone said to me, go and get rid of Danny Ings and you bring in Batshuayi, I probably would do it, mate, if I'm being honest, because Danny Ings is just crap. Batshuayi is no better, but this man was twerking for us for years. Yeah, I remember 2015, 2016. I remember when he went on loan to Palace. He was a man that we was always mentioned of trying to get, but we never got. And I agree with Kev on that. Yeah. What about Middlesbrough striker? They're in talks with Latte Laf. Just honestly, it just feels like it's so much hard work for West Ham to go and get a striker. I see another link today, and I was like, "Are you having a laugh or what?" Calvin Lewin to West Ham. Like his contract's running down. He's going to be a free agent in the summer. We've gone from being linked with John Duran to now we're being linked with the waste men of the Premier League. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, that's where I draw the line with it to a point. And I think, well, come on, right? What is really going on here? So, it really baffles me. I'm seeing links to all sorts of players. Obviously, Dewsbury Hall has been mentioned a few times, and whether that one comes off, I don't know, mate. I really don't. But we will see what happens there. The Bowling Lounge. Hope you're well, mate, Jeff. Hope you're doing good out there. I think you're out in Bedfordshire way, I think, if memory serves me right. I want to go to I want to go to the club that Chelsea have in France. They have a really good young Dutch striker, 21 years old, 9 goals, 6 assists. Kim Jong Un. Can you tell me his name? That would help the situation, son, because we need all the help we can get. Listen, Joe, what France do some good players out there, yeah. Obviously, they do some shit. Don't get me wrong, but I remember years ago when West Ham looked at Drogba at Marseille before he went to Chelsea, and we all know how good Drogba was. Now, obviously, if you can go out to France and pick up this Guessand, I think his name is, if I ain't nosing his name up, then I'm all for it. Do you know what I mean? I'm all for it because he's a young player that will have something to prove. Do I really want to be going and bringing in a 31, 32, 33-year-old who's been there, seen it, done it, and basically he's on a retirement plan out in Turkey? I don't think so, if I'm being truthfully honest. That's definitely not a bit of me at all. So I don't know about everyone else. You're in Rye, Sussex. Mate, how wrong could I get that, Jeff? You're bet it. I've gone the complete opposite direction. Is that what I mean? Don't ask me for directions. That's what I'm going to say. Glenn, hope you're well, mate. I'm going to get to that comment there. It's the same old shit all the time. Yeah, it is. It really is. Do you know what? I'm going to say this. Mark Noble. Let him have a look at players. He's got an eye for a player. You've only got to look at the academy that we've got currently right now. Yeah, I'd let him go and have a look at players. Fucking leave it to Sullivan. He's like, he's like leaving your chickens to a fucking butcher, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? It's going to end badly. So stay away from transfer, Sullivan. That's one thing I'm going to say. It is the title. Is this a video title from 2015? It is not, because I wasn't about in 2015. I was happy and away from YouTube, mate. I really was. I had no grief. I had no one bitching. I had no shit. I was fucking happy, mate. And then one day, on one fateful night, this prick decided to do YouTube. So there you go. Afternoon all, get Tammy Abraham. Oh, he would be ideal, wouldn't he? He really would. Let's be honest. If you want a striker, knows the Premier League, Tammy would be the guy. Yeah, he had that injury setback, but it all depends on what the current manager at AC Milan thinks of him in regard to the future. Obviously, Conceição, is he in Conceição's plans? If he's not, you go and get him. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's have a look. We pay Danny Ings 125 grand a week, where we could have 2 strikers for that amount. I remember back in the day, yeah, when West Ham had 4 strikers: Harewood, Zamora, Ashton, and there was someone else. I can't remember. I can't remember the 4th man. Right, around the 2005, 2006 bracket, we had 4 strikers. I think it might have even been Sheringham. I think If I remember, memory serves me right, I think it was Sheringham back in the day. Yeah, we had 4 strikers. Now we've got Danny Ings. Like, is that taking the piss? I think you might even be right there. I think it might have even been Tevez. Tevez might have been one, and even Sears might have been the other one. But we definitely had 4 strikers. I remember it because I remember Zamora, Harewood, all the time. Ashton in there also because I remember the FA Cup semi-final, Villa away, where I had money on Ashton to score first goal, and guess who scored? Fucking Harewood. Marlon cost me a fortune, son. Do you know what I mean? I heard a rumor last week that we were after Genk striker Tulu. I'm going to say that. And this morning, X confirmed our interest. What a player! He's about 6'6", if I've read right. If he's the same guy, he's fucking huge. The problem is we don't cross balls into the box, lads. Do you know what I'm saying? And our crossing ability from wide positions is crap. So if we're going to get a 6'6" centre forward, we're going to have to cross balls into him. Do you know what I mean? Because it'd be pointless. Let's have a look. Unless there is quality to bring in, play Kudus as a false nine and buy a midfield instead. Do you know what? I wouldn't be opposed to that. I really wouldn't. For me, I would look at it and go, right, play Mo through the middle and go and get another winger, really. Maybe a left side or attacking midfielder. Maybe a Dewsbury Hall would do the job for us and just gets through the season. Whatever happens, this is a recovery job. And Jonathan David is the one, mate. Like people, someone said earlier on about X. X was saying that we're in the frame, or we're looking at Jonathan David. Don't look at him, right? Don't look at him and think, "Wow, what a Canadian sensation!" Go and fucking make a bid. Go and slap 20 mil to Lille and say, "Right, what you saying?" And put the pressure on other clubs to come in. Now, if other clubs come in and outbid us, then fair enough. But at least we're trying. I see Arsenal today. They drop fucking 60 mil on a player. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't even hesitate. I see Villa yesterday by was it Marland, is it? From Dortmund? Do you know what I'm saying? Well, West Ham needs to go out and act as if they need to be getting people in. We don't even act it at the minute. We just sit there and do nothing. Let's go to Darren. Hope you're well, Darren. Afternoon, James. Is there any youth team players like Scholes who we feel will be good enough for the first team? I don't think so, mate. I don't think you can really go in and stick a youngster in there and say, right, centre forward for West Ham, there you go. People say about Devine. Obviously, Devine scored the other day, and I see people going, "Oh, we should have kept Devine." It was never going to happen, mate. Do you know what I mean? He's played one game against Salford for Man City, so he's not like the be all and end all. I think we've got a lot of midfielders, a lot of decent midfielders. Orford, Potts, Earthy. I think Earthy needs another loan. I think Orford needs a loan now. I do not understand why the geezer or the lad, I'm not going to call him a geezer because he's 18 years of age, why he's sitting on the bench or he's sitting in the under 23s. If this geezer's the next big thing, play him. Do you know what I mean? You either play him or you loan him. You don't just leave him to one side. Do you like Iwanyi? He ain't leaving Forest, mate. Because if Chris Wood goes down, they've got no one else to go centre forward. Now, Emmanuel Dennis is there. If anyone remembers him from the Watford days, he's looking like he's on his way out. So I don't think they get rid of him. Do you know what? I just don't think he's the type of player that we need. Jonathan David is the type of player that we need, right? Someone who's good on the ball, who can run in behind. Yeah, just West Ham way, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So there you go. I'm never Kev. I'm never right, mate. I'm always criticised. There you go. How many strikers we've been linked to already? Got about 7. Like when you're bringing up John Duran again, yeah, that is like recycled garbage, isn't it? Let's be real. And I feel, yeah, that they're running out of ideas on who to bring in, mate. I remember that geezer, Kepa. Yeah, I used to think, oh, he's going to be right good from Spain back in the day. He was fucking shit. Absolutely shite. Yeah, I still haven't got over it. I absolutely hope not. This is what happens when Sully takes over transfers. To a point, Hammer's man 65. You're right. Yeah, when Sullivan takes over transfers, we always know that we're going to be served up dog shit, so to speak. The issue is there's no one really in there that we can trust. Steiden Can you really trust Dyden? And for me, this window needs to be perfect, really, for Potter. Because I honestly feel that with Potter, he needs all the help he can get. Like, he's not a fucking miracle worker. This man's he can't do like he can't make miracles happen. So you're gonna have to help him. And if you're gonna serve him up crap, then you're asking a manager who is a good manager, yeah, to turn crap players into well beaters. It just ain't gonna work, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? See, I agree with that with Mark. New manager, same old players linked. Sullivan. All goes back to him again, mate, doesn't it? What we got here? Let's see what Mike Frew's got to say. Having my afternoon tuning in to the only West Ham YouTube channel that matters. YouTube beef. I am saying nothing, mate. I am not getting involved in no shit this year. I am remaining silent. And if anyone has got a problem with E20 or me, they know where to find me, and we can sort it out. Not a problem. Do you know what I'm saying? I've just about had enough of. Do you know what? The other day, when Lopetegui got sacked, I felt like a relief. I felt like all the past had been and gone, and this was a fresh new dawn at West Ham. I will not, and none of the boys who are involved in this channel will not get involved in any other shit from now on. I do mean that. And you can clip that up, recycle that, and fucking get a pigeon to come down and pick it up and fucking deliver it to someone else. I am not getting involved, mate. I'm too busy. I've got my life. Me and the boys have got a good thing, and I am not jeopardising that for no one. So to say that. E20, the Switzerland of Joe what, mate? Right? Joe what? I'm going to say this. I would have anyone on there. Anyone who wants to come on this channel, yeah, that is why I put the link in all the time. Yeah, because I've got no qualms with everyone. Do I agree with people's opinions? No. Right? But like everyone, it's a difference of an opinion. At the end of the day, the link is always there. If anyone decides to pop in my green room, I'm not going to refuse them. Unless, and this is unless they come on and they act like a fucking idiot. If they're like an idiot, then I'm going to say, right, thanks for your time. Bon voyage. Yeah. Other than that, if people come on and want to discuss West Ham, mate, and they got on the problem with me, I still let them fucking on. Do you know what I'm saying? So there you go. So bring West Ham Central. I'll bring anyone, mate. Do you know what I mean? Anyone's welcome on E20. There you go. But it's just people, isn't it? Aston Villa have two of the best strikers in the league who are both fit, and they find another one before the injury at West Ham. Yeah, mate. I'm gonna be honest. That is one thing that I will say, that what me and Jay have said over the last few weeks about Steiden, and people have sort of gone well, not gone full circle, but they sort of seen it now for what it actually is that he's not proactive enough. Like, the moment Jared Bowen goes down, one of your best finishers at the club, one of the players who scores all the goals for us, technically you should be out there now. 1st of January, we should have had a striker in place. Right, who we're going to go and get, who we're going to sign. Obviously, we've had the situation with Lopetegui. Now, people will say, well, Lopetegui, you know, like, how can they go out and get anyone with him being sacked? If you're working on a head coach basis, does it really fucking matter who you go and get? So, yeah, I'm just lost for words on that one. I will say that. Tonight's lineup might be interesting. I think he goes with Mo as a false nine. If he plays Danny Ings for up top, then I'm not going to be best pleased with him, mate. If I'm being real, like, because even the other day, I said it on the watch along that you're bringing Ings on 15 minutes into a game, like, you expect him to play 105 minutes potentially of football. Not for me, mate. Not for me at all. Like, I'm going to be honest. When I look at the situation with Danny Ings, you got a man there who's basically sitting there just getting paid. That's all it is. He's just sitting there getting fucking paid. So we need to take him out the equation now. Can Mo do it from the middle? I think he could. Do you know what I mean? I need to see Lewis Guilherme tonight. That's one man that I do desperately need to see. I need to see him play minutes and many, many minutes. Not let's all have him on for like a sort of make a wish 10 minutes job when we're like 2-0 or 3-0 down. Do you know what I mean? I'll need to see. If anything, I want to see this geezer from the start because I don't think we even know how good this geezer is. Like we can't really judge him really at all. Now, if he comes on as an hour, he has a quiet game. You can go right. You can assess that hour, but you can't assess him every 10 minutes, man. Like it's just not going to work to a point. Um, I wouldn't, mate. If you want me to be honest, I think when you've got a bad apple in the bunch, everyone else goes rotten. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't. I think if West Ham go down that route with him, then you're asking for trouble to a point. You really are. And if it goes bad with him, then the abuse that geezer will get will be terrible. He's bad news, and I just don't think you bring bad news into an environment that you're trying to sort of recover the situation, so to speak. Maverick will play tonight. I think that's another key thing that we need to sort out is centre halves. Tomori, yeah, at AC Milan for 20 million, I think was mentioned the other day. Ideal. That's ideal. Like even was it Tosson? Is it at Chelsea? I don't think he's in and around the first team as much. Ex Fulham. We need so much work in so in so little time. It's just, and do you know what? I'm going to say this. I feel Lopetegui's burnt out all these players. I'm going to be honest. I think Lopetegui's style of play that he was trying to do, or whatever he was trying to do, has basically made all the players sort of injured to a point. Yeah, and just run out of steam. Now, obviously, Forker was injured. He's come back. Have we rushed him back too soon? Possibly. Antonio having a car crash. Tadibo is another one. What's his name? Emerson is another one who he seems like he's injured and he's not. You know, it's just one of them, isn't it? Mark, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Who has Will Salk has got for sale at the moment? That's where the dwarf will shot. Do you know what, Mark? You've just alluded to say it there. So I'm going to have a look. Will Salthouse clients. Let's have a look. Will Salthouse. Because that geezer fucking loves West Ham, doesn't he? For the pay packet. Let's have let's have a look. Clients. Let's have a look. We're gonna have a look, ladies and gentlemen, and see what clients he's got. Yeah, I accept it and continue. Right, come on, let's have a look at the clients. Right, he's got Jacob Ramsey, whoa, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, yeah, Harry Wilson, Nico Williams. He's got no strikers there from what I'm seeing. Wait a minute. Jonathan Rowe. Anyone remember Jonathan Rowe from last year at Norwich? Yeah. He's got Aaron Ramsey, who's at Burnley. Let's have a look. Page 2. I wonder if he's got. Oh, Maxwell Cornet. He's got him. Ryan Session. Tell you what, he's got some shit clients. Callum Wilson, mate. Callum Wilson. Look, I'm going to show you the proof. Look at that. Get him off my screen. 100%. Get him off my fucking screen, mate. If we end up with Callum Wilson at West Ham, now I'm fuming. Jeffrey Sloop. Joe, what? There's no one of any quality that I'm seeing who deserves to play in the claret and blue for us, really, if I'm being real. And that I'm on to page 3 now. No, there's no one there, mate, really. Load of crap, really, if I was being honest. So, yeah. Guessing is the one we need. I think so. Don't mean Jonathan row your boat towards the championship. I used to like him, man. I really did. Loppy has taken any enjoyment from football for the fans and players. Do you know what with Lopetegui, mate? If you want me to be honest, and I think there's ways of doing things at West Ham. And I think we have a culture at West Ham where, listen, if it don't work out, fine. Right, it is what it is. But let's go around it in a dignified way. Let's not act like a Arsenal or a Chelsea and show ourselves up. Yeah. The fan base, can be mixed through different opinions, different influences, and things like that. It really can, and that's fine. But when the owner who owns the club has to have duty of care towards a person who's fucking the head coach of the club, that's where you got to look at it and go, come on, you got to show a bit of class here, man. And fucking Sullivan don't know what class is, if I'm being honest. What else we got? Wilson's injured. JB, hope you're good, man. Wherever you are. I just did some maths, and I have worked out that Danny Ings earns £4,688 every 90 minutes. That is taking the piss, mate. Under £5,000 for 90 minutes worth of work. Fuck me, man. Trust me. Doppler used to send players home with translation books because they know one could upstand him. Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to get going to get anything decent really this January, James. Do you know what? I think we can, but we need to shop now and we need to look now. The Jonathan David thing, when people say that he's going to want in excess of what 300-400 grand, says who? He's not playing for fucking Real Madrid, right? And he ain't going to go to Barcelona, and he certainly is not going to go to Bayern Munich because Bayern Munich are looking at Nkunku from Chelsea. They're doing like a swap deal, so that ain't happening. This geezer is going to get about 200 grand at best, yeah. And for me, the fear is Newcastle. Newcastle get rid of Isak, they go and get Jonathan David. And do you know what? Once upon a time, I'll tell you this quickly, and people say about Moyes and everything else, but one man stopped us from getting Isak years ago, and he wasn't David fucking Moyes. It was Stuart Pearce. He was the one who stopped us and said he didn't think he was good enough. Well, how wrong you was, Stuart. Do you know what I mean? Because he's one of the best strikers in the world currently right now. David is only on 30k a week at the minute. We won't get him. He plays Champions League football. I get that, Mark, but I don't really to a point because any team that's going into the Champions League, they're already going to have their proven strikers in the mould anyway. So whoever comes in is going to be second string straight away. He's not going to go automatically into a first team. Now, for instance, Arsenal are looking for a striker. They are down on their numbers straight away. Why is Arsenal not gone in for him? There is a reason. There is a reason why no one's touched this geezer. And if we can sort of figure out the reason, then it would help all of us to understand why no one's touched him. Arsenal could easily go in there and get him. I'm seeing Arsenal being linked with John Duran, and they're turning their nose at John Duran, and I'm thinking, blimey, mate, do you know what I mean? Time must be hard. We literally had a song about Moyes last manager. Red one was, yeah. James, I said this ages ago about Mo playing up top. He's played there for Ajax. He was immense. I think there is no more. There's no choice. I think what we need to do, really, if I'm being honest, I think we need to look at it in a way that he's going to be our centre forward and you play round him. So whether it's Paqueta on the left, Guilherme on the right, Lewis Guilherme has to start playing games. Yeah. And the only way we're going to know how good this geezer is if he starts playing in the Premier League consistently. What do we learn from Lewis Guilherme sitting on the bench? Nothing. We learn nothing at all. And for me, I just don't think that's right. I think, like, listen, you've paid 25 mil out for this geezer. He's supposed to be the next big thing. He's going to be a wonder kid, etc. Just let the kid play at the end of the day. Really do. I'm not expecting too much tonight, given our injury crisis, but we're a decent performance and a draw is good for me. Can't wait to get up there. That's fair enough, mate. I'm expecting a 7-0 win. Happy hammer out. And if we don't, we're going to riot. Nah. As long as we play all right. This season's dead for me. If you want me to be real, this season's a learning season. So if you integrate the youth in, you get rid of the dead wood, and you start preparing for the summer, I think I'm down for that. So whatever happens. I think we won't know until the summer where we're really going to be heading. Let's get what Mike says. Kudus, Soucek, Soler, Paqueta, Evann, Guido, Alvarez, Emerson, Skulls, Kilman, Mav, and Wan-Bissaka, Sufal. Pick your team from that lot. Well, goalkeeper, Fab. I said it the other night. I said it last night in the preview. For me, that I'd go with back three. And Jay said you go with Wan-Bissaka, Mav, and Kilman. I said Mav, Kilman, Cresswell, and have Skulls and Wan-Bissaka as your wing backs or fullbacks, or however you want to do it, and go down that route. Obviously, Alvarez, Suchek in the middle of the park, and then you go with, for me, Paqueta, Soler, or Guilherme, and then you have Mo up front. I think if you go with Mo up front and then you work backwards, then you're going to be all right. With David, I heard a while ago it was signing on fees and agents fees, the demands that are putting people off of David. Yeah, but if the agent fee say is 10 mil, right, and people say right, it's 10 million pounds to pay the agent's fees, and you got to pay. Just say you got to pay a fee of say 18 million pounds, and it tops up. It works out with everything all in. It works out at 30 million quid. I still think that's a good signing for a man who's only 24. I think he's 23, 24 years of age. Yeah, he's and the moment he comes to your club, he's automatically that in value straight away. So if he does a season with you and there's a good season, you can flog him for double that. I don't think that's too realistic, if I'm being honest. Oh, I can't get my words out. What was that? Yes, he has. His backroom staff never understood English. That was the problem. Are you talking about that? James, do you want a ticket on me tonight? No, mate, I'm perfectly fine. I will not set foot in that gaff until Sully is gone, baby. Get that man out the fucking door. I mean, look, this is what we've got to put up with now for the rest of the season. Is the shit that he's going to serve us. If it ain't Batshuayi, it's some other fucking twat that needs a career. I do not get this club at times. I really don't. I really, really don't. And Joe, one thing that we've got to prepare for is the possible loss of Lucas Paqueta. That's another thing that we've got to prepare for. Do you know what I mean? Because if he gets banned just say he gets banned within the next 2 months, because he's coming round, isn't it? Like the season's slowly coming to an end. It ain't gonna be good, mate. You know what I mean? Ings hat trick tonight. Come on, Ings. Do you know what? If Ings gets an hat trick tonight, all right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to say something. If Ings gets an hat trick tonight, I'll shut down E20's own TV, right? I'll shut it down. You know what I mean? So there you go. There's some incentive for you, Danny Ings, yeah? Right? Shut me down. You know what I mean? There will be no more E20's own TV. You know what I mean? Have we been linked to Carlos Bacca yet? God, do you remember that? Oh my God, mate. I also remember another geezer from Valencia. Was it Lopez? Was it Lopez? Someone in the chat helped me out on that one. I remember it. The geezer from Valencia. He was like Lopez, or what was his name? Fuck me. He played for Valencia, centre forward, and we was linked with him all the time. And it was just never going to happen. Like, someone help me out. Maxi Lopez. That's the geezer. That's the boy. Fuck me. Do you remember that? Do you know what I mean? I'm still having therapy over that. Honestly, that was just absolutely what a waste of time that was, wasn't it? Kept getting linked with him, linked, and it's like linked FC. Do you know what I mean? So there you go. James, you're a top bloke, mate. Do you know what, mate? I'm a man of the people. I'll give anyone an opportunity. I'm one of yous, mate. That's all I'm going to say on it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't do this for clout. I do this for the love. At the end of the day, I sit in front of a camera and enjoy talking to people about the team that we all love. Ain't me. It ain't my West Ham United. This is our West Ham United, and we all want the best for this club. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, El Naziri should pop up again soon. Do you know what, mate? Mark my words. That will be that will be the one that comes up. Yeah, he's surplus to requirements at where's he at now? I think he's at Fenerbahce, I think. So it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. If Ings bags an hat-trick, I have something on my ass. Cockney boy 76, mate, we will hold you to that. You know what I mean? Clip him, get him done. Get him, you know what I mean? Clip him up. What we got? We'll be happy with just Latte up top. Now not asking much. Yeah, I think you're right, James. We tread water till the summer and then bring in new players and some academy kids. Yeah, I think this season's more of a learning thing, mate. I'm gonna be honest. I think we have to learn from this season. If we don't learn from this season, we're never going to learn anything. Do you know what I mean? And Potter, for me, gets a free reign the next 6 months to organise what he wants to do. Um, when I look at the people that's possibly leaving West Ham in the summer, like Antonio, will they offer him a new contract or not? Who knows? You got Aaron Cresswell, you've got Ings, you've got people like Suchek and Sufal. Suchek will probably stay. Sufal will probably go. So you got Fabianski in there. He's got a lot of work to do, Potter, mate. A hell of a lot. I think West Ham might have to even prepare for next year to try and prep a team. So the second season is the one. Because Lopetegui really fucked us up, mate. Really did. Like, in a way that it was only going to go backwards. In one way, they sacked him. They eventually sacked him. Otherwise, it would have got even worse. Shout out to Mark. Guilherme needs game time. We need to see how he can interact with other players. Play Bowen up front when he's fit. Play Kudus up top at the moment and fit everyone around them. I agree. Lewis Guilherme needs to be given the opportunity, mate. Do you know what I mean? Let's get down here. What we got here? Now get an Irving to step up and get fit. Rotate the two. Tell them you're getting 45 minutes each to show me who's starting going forward. Both are hungry. I'm going to be straight. Guido just hasn't worked out. Waste of fucking time, that one. Irving, yeah, again, is another one, right? Because in the pre-season, he was actually all right. He actually looked really good. So, you know, what do you do with him? Ings gets free tonight. Potter will be using the dark arts. I hope Scholes gets a chance later. A great talent and an assist. 100% with you, James. This pre-season for me, making a list of the targets, getting them. Potter will know who he needs rid of by the end of the season. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Like on that one, I just look at this and I feel that you've got to prepare now. Yeah, and I think he will do. I don't think Potter's a mug. Anyone listening to his interview the other day, I thought he spoke really well, like really well. And people, and I'm seeing people criticising him already, saying, "Oh, he's going to say that." I'm not convinced. Honestly, like the geezer knows what he wants, right? He's probably in and around these players. He's gone. He's no good. He's no good. He's going to need at least 5 months. So basically, in one sort of way, he's going to use the next 5 months as a pre-season to a point to sort of organise what he wants, how he wants the team to play, and then attack it from next season. The issue I've got, and this is a major issue at West Ham, is will we have another sort of spend that we had last season? Can West Ham afford to go out and spend another 150 mil? Because I think that's what we need. But I actually think we need more than 150. I think we need about 200 million. But if you buy sensible, and you've only got to look at Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have bought some really good players. Look at Milenkovic, £12 million for that centre half. Like that's a bargain, yeah. And when you look at us, and we've spent £80 million to a point on two centre halves. Are they £80 million centre halves? Really? I don't believe so. Spending X amount of millions on young talent from abroad. What investing more in our academy and making them better? The problem is with the academy side of it, Kev. All right, and me and Jay said this the other day, and Jay sort of agrees with me to a point on this one. Is that one thing with this fan base that we do is we do hype up our youngsters to a point where we think they're well beaters. Now, Scholes has come in. He had a really good game the other day. I want to see more of him. Yeah, we need to start playing this kid consistently. right? Whether or not it's from the start or bringing him on as a sub, as a rotation player, and you work with him over that period of time. And it proved the other day that they've got to get up to 90-minute speed, not 70-minute speed. Like Skulls, for how good he was on the 70th minute mark, he was done. And he was like literally, they was roasting him consistently. That's not his fault. Like he's up against athletes, like absolute like quality athletes who are Premier League footballers. Do you know what I'm saying? And Scholes is just learning his trade. But I do feel that people like Freddie Potts will be coming back, and I think he will be in around West Ham next season. West Ham might not need a lot of midfielders because if you bring Potts back and you just say, for instance, you go and get a Jude Real, then you're you're clearing out a lot of crap. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, but Potter's going to need time. He's going to need time to get to address this. I would love to know what the ownership are wanting out of him this season. That's the one thing that I will say. All right, there must be something that they want. Obviously, not to go down, but as in a Premier League finish, I reckon they're saying to him, we want you to try and finish top 10. That's what I reckon. Um, if we need to raise funds, we need to start playing some of our youth team to raise their prices. Yeah, but like who though, Drain Hole? Like who would you who would you like to see play other than Skulls? Now, Orford hasn't even really played. I think you're putting him in, you're asking him for trouble, really, because then he could get ruined. Um, when it comes to people like Potts is doing wonders at Pompey. Pompey fans are literally praising this geezer up, saying like they can't rave about Freddie Potts anymore. Now, for me, yeah, Freddie Potts is a player that you bring back next year. Earthy has been in and out of the Bristol City side and not really done a lot to sort of rave about. Right, I don't see Bristol City fans saying right, Earthy's a top quality player, but Potts. And one thing with Pompey fans, anyone who sort of knows the Pompey sort of way, they they if the player was shit, they would say the player's shit. Yeah, and the amount of people, if I was to go and write Portsmouth fans, how good is Freddie Potts on Twitter at your club, the comments would be phenomenal for him saying how good he is. Do you know what I mean? Now maybe that's hype. Maybe that's hype. That's a hype thing. Yeah, maybe that's people hyping up a youngsters. But another club is hyping up a youngster, then there must be a sign of a good player there. Do you know what I mean? I see Chelsea are after Tao from Bayern. Why ain't we after him? Quality young striker who won't be too cheap, but no more than 40 million. That would show ambition. We don't show ambition, James. This is West Ham United under David Sullivan, and this is where I don't like to say I told you so, but till you get this fucking owner out the door, this is the cycle you're going to have. You're going to have West Ham buying shit, and then we're going to stumble across someone who buys a few good players, whether it's Potter, and then it's like we go around the circle again. And it is full circle to a point. All of them, last 10, 15 minutes, we can't keep them all. So the ones that we don't think will make it with us, get them in 5 Premier League, got to be worth 5-10 mil, just an idea. The only thing I will say is like Marshall, for instance. Look at Callum Marshall up in Huddersfield. Can't remember right now. Another player who's doing really well, like really, really well. So it's going to be interesting to see what players come in. Yeah, if I was to have a prediction on what youth players I think are coming back and will be around West Ham's first team next year, I'm going to say two. I'm going to say Skulls, who's there right now, and I will say Freddie Potts. I don't think there'll be anyone else. I don't think it's Orford. I don't think they're going to risk Orford. I think Orford needs a loan. He needs to go out and loan and learn his trade. Earthy, I think could do it, but I do need to see him in a side where he's flourishing like Potts. Do you know what I mean? If a team comes back and says, right, George Earthy's fucking banging it out at this club, then we all know like that, yeah, we can see the signs. And if you become a good player in the Championship, it doesn't take long to become a good player in the Premier League. Like we all know that. Do you know what I mean? Look at the players that we've signed from the Championship. Bowen, he was a good player before he arrived at West Ham. Cresswell was another one. You know what I mean? We've signed some good players before. So, if Guilherme don't get a decent game time now, with so many missing, I don't think he will ever will. I'm with you though, James. I'll start him tonight. I just feel like you have to start him, Cockney boy. If you want me to be honest, I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any choice. Like I don't see. Like what are you learning from Carlos Soler? Nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not learning nothing from Carlos Soler. But with Guilherme, we need to learn how good this kid is. Now he's going to make mistakes. He might not be that good. He might be still a bit raw, and he might run out of steam. Might get done. But what happens if it goes the other way and he starts really turning it on and to a point actually sort of vitalizes all of us, like revamps the whole of West Ham, right? And we've seen it before where players, and listen, we know, right, when you've grown up with the likes of Defoe, Carrick, Cole coming through your ranks, you know full well that some of these players know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? If he turns up and he's on it, he might be another one. Um, Latest on Somerville. As far as I know, mate, I I don't know whether he's going to start tonight. Honestly, I'll be quite shocked if he starts tonight. If Potter takes the risk, I actually think he'd be on the bench. It wouldn't surprise me if he's on the bench and they leave him on the bench for the last 15, 20 minutes of the game. If he starts tonight, then fair enough. It ain't as bad, but Somerville is out tonight, confirmed by X. Well, if he's out, he's out then. So that's another blow. So tonight, really, there is no other choice other than Lewis Guilherme, and I need to see Lewis Guilherme play. You know what I'm saying? And I actually believe Potter will. If you want me to be truthfully honest, I think Potter will play him tonight. I've got a feeling. I think it's going to be a front line of Paqueta, Kudus, and Lewis Guilherme. Lewis Guilherme will be on the right hand side, or West Ham will play with two tens behind Mo. Mo leads the line, and you got Paqueta and Guilherme behind. I need to see him. Anyone going tonight? Tommy Repka in the fan zone tonight. What a man. What a man, mate. Anyone who remembers Thomas Repka like I do back in the day when we signed him? We signed him from Fiorentina, I think it was, for, God, yeah, that must be signed for about 5 mil, I think it was. 5, 6 mil. And yeah, what a guy. On his debut at Borough, sent off. But do you know what? Do you know what? How a man can change his career around at West Ham, yeah? Right? And Fresh Fielder says 5.5. Thank you very much, Fresh Fielder. Yeah. How a man can change his career because people were like, this geezer's fucking shit. At the start with Repka, people were saying, oh, he ain't that good. He's fucking shit. And then I'll never forget the game when we beat Fulham and he was leaving. Like, I can't remember when the transfer window ended or even if it didn't end at all to a point. But he wanted to leave West Ham, and I think I'm not sure where he went to. Fresh, if you could tell me where he went to, it'd be handy. I think he might have even went back to Italy at some stage, right? And I'll never forget the moment when he's standing there in front of the Bobby Moore stand. He's standing literally in front of the fans, and the fans are all up applauding him, right, loving him. Yeah, I mean, our man had gone full circle from being a man who come in, got sent off, got stuck in, but he was a liability to a man at the end of his career at West Ham. Literally, the whole of the stadium was with him. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like that's the thing. You can start your career bad at West Ham, but if you can't lie to us. That's one thing with this fan base. You can never lie to this fan base because we will see through the shit. We really will, and we'll see through if you're really giving it your all for this club. And he really did, mate. What a man. Repka went to Sparta Prague. Well, he went back to. I thought he went back to Italy, but obviously he went to Sparta Prague after the Fulham game. Yeah, and I remember that game clear as day, mate. I remember I was gutted that he went. Did you see we only bro did it at school in 2017? Yes, I did, mate. I did hear about it. Yeah, what they get up to in schools nowadays, terrible. James, one of my heroes. Everyone needs players like that in the team. Do you know what? He most certainly was, mate. He's a character. He's 100% a character. I'll give him that. But listen, as I say, I remember that night. It was a cold. I think it was a Tuesday night. If I remember, Tuesday or Wednesday night. It was definitely a night game, and yeah, he was. Yeah, what a fucking what a guy. What a guy. And you know what? I love it. I love how he just used to get stuck in. and then just have it with the players, right? And literally get booked all the time. If you was on bookings, you'd fucking love it. You know what I'm saying? Repka and I see there what Jess is saying. Repka and Dawson, like that would be like your booking bet builder every week, mate. 100%. Like get on the pair of them to both get booked. Danny's going to score an hat trick. Game over. Well, if he does, E20's own TV will be no more. You've heard it here first. Score an hat trick, Ings, and then there will be no more. Let's hear from a proper hammer. Do you know what I mean? It'd be so refreshing to actually sign a young striker below the 20 mil. Signing players before they are established. This is the way most great West Ham players come about. True, true. I'm going to be honest. I'd rather see a man develop for our club than us get rid of him and he goes and develop somewhere else. Do you know what I'm saying? With Dix on the left. Yeah. Darren says Thomas Repka 100% every game, but liked a red card. I remember another red card. What was the other red card he got? I remember his debut. I remember him going to Borough, yeah, on his debut, and he got sent off, and I went, "What the fuck? What the fuck have we signed here?" And then he kept getting booked, and he got sent off against someone else. I can't remember who the other one was. I can't remember which one it was, mate. I really can't. Monday night game versus Fulham. Anton, Yossi Weldy's both goals through the season. I went to Brannigan's Romford afterwards. Carl, the old Brannigan's days, mate. You know what I mean? I used to be in Bertie's quite a lot in Seven Kings. Anyone who knows Bertie's in Ilford? Yeah, dirty Bertie's for other reasons. I will say that. Question: Has Sullivan signed more atrocious centre backs, full back strikers? Um, who signed Roger Johnson? Was that a Sully signing? No, that was time ago, wasn't it? So, mate, we're signing some shit. We'll say that. Super Thomas Ricker, Ed Butt on Patrick Bangham Preston. I was behind that sound like a punch from Bruce Lee. Oh, you can imagine him, mate. He was just a bad man, bad Czech man. You know what I mean, we've always had like a Czech connection with the club. Um, I remember Mark Vivian Voe's debut versus Arsenal. Yeah, was that the game, Kev, when we won 2-1 and Di Canio scored? Let me know. I can't believe we're in for Andre Silva, complete shot. Yeah, I know. Well, anyone we're going to get is going to be like a waste man. Let's be real, right? And this is the problem that we've got currently right now, especially with Potter. Potter's here, and I'm going to be honest, he needs fucking help. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you're going to serve him up shit, then it is what it is. James, didn't you live in Stone once? I'm sure I see you, or I'm going mad. JB, where did you see me in the ends, mate? You know what I mean, you should have come over. My missus lives in the next town, and I'm currently here in Suffolk right now. So yeah. Stalking me, JB. Stalking me, son. You know what I mean? I tour quite a lot, JB. I will say that. Damien, hope you're well, man. I agree, James. He needs help. Yeah. Will Sully help him though? That's the $1 million question, isn't it? And I think, listen, anyone who's sort of a subscriber of this channel, who's known me a long time, knows my severe hatred for that dwarf twat. But with him, he's going to have to put his finger out of his arse on this one. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he fucking hell. If we get served up Batshuayi, just imagine this for a second. Bit of storytelling time, people. That we've gone from John Duran to Nicholas Fulkrug to Batshuayi. I will literally come on here and I will fucking erupt, mate. Honestly, if we get Batshuayi through. Obviously, we have been linked with him, but we get linked with him every single time. But you know, if we end up with Batshuayi or even this Wahey geezer, like the one who's like likes to do stuff in schools and shit, if we end up with him, it's just showing our sort of like how far down we've got, where we've come. Like we was linked with some of the best players going in the summer. Now we're linked with shit. You know what I mean? They need to spend big again in the summer. If no help for Potter, this window will all with all the out contract players. Yeah. Uh, Barry Clark, hope you're well, mate. James, that nightclub at Seven Kings, was that the one on the other side of the station? I used to go there. Yeah, yeah. That used to be Shannon's back in the day. Anyone who remembers it ran that way, it used to be called Shannon's. Yeah. Um, and basically they transferred it over to Bertie's, right? Some Irish geezer had it and moved it over to Bertie's, and yeah, mate, I had some fucking heavy nights in there, mate. And what it was, there used to be a club, pub, old Irish pub, because Seven Kings was known for being like quite a bit of an Irish area at the time. Um, the Cauliflower used to play pool in there on the regular, like on a Sunday. Like we used to go, me and a few lads used to go down there, and we were quite good pool players, and some of us would used to nick the money to a point because they couldn't fucking play. And like, it's like back in the day, that 100 quid, go back 20 years ago, 100 quid was a lot of dough. Now 100 quid's fuck all, really, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Don't even pay for a pint over the at Stratford. So yeah, I used to enjoy going into Bertie's, mate. And Joe, what? There is still another place, O'Neill's up at Ilford. It's still there, but never been in there, mate. Room at the top. God, Kev, you're taking me back to the vintage days, mate. I can't speak too much because the missus might hear, but we won't talk about that them days. Repka got 2 bookings on his debut versus Borough, then got 2 bookings against Blackburn. Then we lost 7-1. Oh, mate, I remember that day. When two guys smashed it in. I think it was like the 5th goal or 6th goal. I was there that day. That's you want pain. All these people say, "Oh, I've never seen it as bad back in the day." That was painful when you're traveling all the way up to fucking Lancashire on a lunchtime kickoff. I think it was like 1 o'clock kickoff, and it was on Prem Plus. Who remembers Prem Plus back in the day, where you used to have to, if you had Sky or cable, you used to have to put the code in, and it would allow you to watch the thing. Not like nowadays where you can just go on there Netflix and it's instantly done over a period of time. Fucking hell, mate. The Premier League Plus, I think it was called. Yeah. O'Neill's top of Ilford Lane got banned. Bazza got banned from there, mate. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I know. It's never been one for them, man. Never been one for there. I don't know why, but what we got there? You got Time and Envy in Romford was a proper good. It's called Attic now, and now it's up for sale. Do you know what? There's a new place, the Ivory Tree, or I can't. Yeah, I think it's the Ivory Tree in Romford, just up the road from Romford Station. Whoever's bought that won't last 2 years, mate. Like I think it opened up at the beginning part of last year. Every time I go past, it's fucking empty. Yeah, and it's a geezer from Mayfair who's decided to buy a club in. It ain't like a club. It's like, how can I put it? It's like a pub with music. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. Um. So yeah, Ilford Palace. How many name changes? Too many, mate. Too many times. Too many times. Have a look. That's all we need now. Is some bad shot. Listen, I'm only. Don't blame me. Yeah, it's not my fault. Blame Sullivan. That's what I'm going to say to you. Um, he's the culprit. You know full well he's been on the phone to what's his fucking name, and seeing if you can get him in. O'Neill's in Leytonstone was good. Yeah, yeah. Another place where I used to play pool, mate. It used to be all around East London all the time. Pacific Edge in Romford, just off the market, was the one. Indie music on the ground floor, grunge music top floor. Mate, I remember going in. I'll tell you what, the best nights I've had. I'll tell you a place where I had. Anyone who's from sort of Basildon will know this. But Sky Bar, that was the move back in the day. I was talking to my barber the other day, yeah, and he said, "Oh, Jay, listen, yeah, going out on a night out, it's costing us fucking fortunes." Right? He's 18, 19, my barber. And he said to me, went out the other day and I done like something like 150 quid and I just didn't enjoy it at all. Right. And I went, listen, back in the day, mate, I used to go to a club called Sky Bar, yeah, up in Festival Leisure in Basildon. And it used to cost 15 quid all you can drink. All you can drink, 15 quid, mate. Yeah. It used to cost me 30 quid for a night out. So what we used to do, we used to all chip in a bit of dough for the driver. Yeah. The driver would come down, not per thing. And we would all chip in for him, buy him something to eat. 30 quid for a night out. Mate, those were the days, son. Those those were the days. If you want good nights out, yeah, I went there and mate. And what it was, I'll tell you this, yeah, because we're getting into sort of reminiscent time. I remember when it used to shut about 4 in the morning, everyone used to just stay outside and talk and fucking like trying to get a bird's number or something and all that shit, right? And there used to be like ducks or swans, right? And one of my mad mates decided, oh, this would be funny, right? To put a swan in the back of the boot of the car, right? So listen, one of my mates was like trying to get hold of a bird's number and all that. And the geezer who was trying to get hold of the bird's number was the driver. So one of my mates put a fucking swan in the boot of the car. And then we're driving down the road and he said, bang, bang, right? He's a noisy. So he jumped out and the fucking swans jumped and attacked him. And I was like, you know what, mate? You can't make memories like that. Those were funny times, man, honestly. And yeah, there used to be swans and ducks and shit all round after the night goers have been and gone. So yeah. Not now. Not now, honestly. That's yeah, we've moved on from that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like an old timer when I'm in there now. Hi James, hope you're okay. Already fed up with these rumours. I agree, mate, honestly, but we've just got this sort of window, we're going to get a lot of shit. Do you know what I mean? And all we've got to do is talk about it to a point, and we just got to go right who we want, who we don't want, and then see who it is from there. I started work at the Honey Pot Festival Leisure Park. Is that the Harvester, Barry? I swear that's the Harvester, the Honey Pot. I've been in there on numerous occasions. Zen's in Dartford back in the day. Yeah, I know, mate. The Circus Tavern, Sky Bar, yes, mate. Do you know what? I never went to Circus Tavern, and it's up the road from me. It's like literally 15 minutes up the road from me. They used to do the darts in it, didn't they? I thought you was going to say colours, James, in Basildon. If you know, you know. Yeah, listen, that is right outside Basildon station, isn't it? Yeah, wonderful place. So, yeah, we've toured quite a lot. The pink toothbrush in radio was something else. Yeah. Batshuayi, more clubs than Tiger Woods. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. I'm not going to lie. But you know what? It's got to be an upgrade, isn't it, on Danny Ings? Like, it has to be. Do you know what I mean? If there is one player that could do it, Batshuayi could be the guy. But I don't know. I just what I do know is Potter will have his say on how he wants to play, the type of players that he wants to go with. Like I'm seeing links to sort of Evan Ferguson. That's done. That's done. Like that ain't happening. He's injured, so that's not going to happen. The Ivory is owned by the Turkish restaurant across the road. Where's that then? Make West Ham great again. Enlighten us. Like so, wherever we go for now. If this Evann Guessand, I think his name is, if I ain't nose that up, if he's the guy, then go and get him for 20 mil. It just seems like West Ham are stalling and waiting for what exactly? You know what I mean? Promoted Graham and see if he has got it. I think Mike, I think he's going to have to, mate. If he does not play him tonight and he's on the bench, then I don't know what we're learning from him. Do you know what I'm saying? But then I suppose we do need an outlet from the bench. So, you know. Anyone remember the house and terrace at Blackwall Tunnel, Greenwich side? My mate Paul, who was dressed up in a tennis gear, Wimbledon was on at the time. Fair enough, mate. He chatted up Sullivan's sister. Great guy, you know. Benji's at Mile End. Yeah, mate. Trust me, I'm reminiscing all the days, all the clubs. I was never really a club man. I was always a pub man. I used to always play pool in all the pubs. I remember a pub in Stratford, the Pigeon. It is now a Tesco's. Do you know what I'm saying? But we used to go down to the Pigeon, where I used to do a lot of the pool. Well, I used to go around all the pubs and play money matches, and a couple of my mates are really shit up pool players. Like, and basically, we used to go into pubs and play for like 2, 3, 4 grand sometimes, and like really have it big time. And I remember being in the Pigeon in Stratford, off I think it's the Montford Road, I think it is. I'm going to be honest. Uh, yeah, we had some really good nights in there. Trust me. Before that was no more's. Maryland's James Essex Arms. Is that the pub that if you come out of Maryland Station, you walk up and round? It's on the left. Because if I memory serves me right, that's where me, Mitch, Alf, Lucas went for a beer before. I actually thought it was all right in there, mate. I actually thought it was all right in there. Um, I met up with all the boys and we had a Chinese in Stratford, and then we walked round the corner to this boozer. I think it was the Essex Arms in Maryland, I think. Um, I might be wrong. James, how did the punting members fare over the past year? I do remember you had some nice hackers. All the best for the year ahead. They done all right at Christmas. I might even do a video before tonight's game and see if I can find anything. But we have got Cheltenham coming up soon, so anyone who likes a punt, I will be getting onto it. Obviously, I'm just getting over Christmas, and I don't really like to give people shit if I can help it because I know how hard money is. So I try and find the best I could. I did pull a couple of doubles, and when Dan watches this, Dan, if you're out there, when you watch this, Dan literally messaged me with when I pulled a double out of nowhere about 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, and I said, get on this double, and I put it up for the members and everything. And basically, he messaged me and goes, "Oh, fucking James, you're a diamond, right?" And I'd like, he had like 40 quid on the double or something. It topped up about 400 or 500 quid for him. So, you know what I mean? If I can help people, mate, you know what I mean? I'll do it for the fucking love, mate. You know what I mean? Simple as that. But it's going all right, Lucas. I will say that. That's the famous pub opposite the big block of flats Iron Maiden used to go in there. Is it? Bloody hell. I'm getting a history lesson here on each on his own TV. Subscribe and like to the channel. Stepney Inn. Stepney. It's Stepney Inn, Stepney. It was called Zorro's before that. Just down the road from the famous Sancho's. Both closed now. Yeah, everything's closed now, mate. Honestly. Apparently, Silver wanted the West Ham job. Now he's after the Spurs job. Yeah, I don't know about that one, mate. As if he's going to come to West Ham, innit? Fucking hell. Do you know what? We're happy with Potter. Do you know what I'm saying? We're happy with Potter, and we will go with that for now. Do you know what I mean? Anyone got any questions? Chuck your questions in. Anything you like. I know this is a rumor has it show. We've done all the talking about transfers. I'm probably going to go for another 20 minutes, half hour, and I don't mind staying on here. So anything you want to ask, fire away. Yeah, my mum used to do deliveries there and caught them a few times. Bloody hell, man. Honestly. Those were the days. Those were the days. Do you know what? The way of it, the way the world is now, mate. The pub, well, the pub scene's dying a death. Oh, that's lovely. I just got a message from my missus saying she's gone out, so I'm here on my own. That's a result. Um, but yeah, uh, James, have you ever pulled a dwarf? No, I fucking haven't, mate. But I want to give one a clump, and we all know who he is. So yeah, Mr. DS. My question is why they're always live while I'm stuck at what? My question is why are these always live while I'm stuck at work? Drain hole. I'm a man of the people. You know what I mean? I remember in the fucking summer. This is how committed I am to E20's own TV when you are um sitting up at 2 o'clock in the morning watching a fucking pre-season friendly. And then I've got to do an afterthought about it. And one of my mates, right, was doing nights, and he said, oh, I was so bored at work, James. I was flicking through. And then I'll see you pop up at 2 o'clock in the fucking I was like, mate, when West Ham play, we have to speak about it. It's as simple as that. There's no denying this club ever. You know what I mean? Seriously. What was your first game? My first game that I went to was Alvin Martin's testimonial against Chelsea. 94, 95 maybe. Someone in the chat confirmed that. But then after that, I started going sort of more towards the back end of 99. I see obviously Dowie, Cotty. Do you remember Danny? Pretty boy Danny. Anyone remembers Pretty boy Danny? The Portuguese sensation. But the 97, no, from 97 to 99 is clear because I remember like Kitson, Hartson. Then we signed DiCanio, I think 99 or One Chop. I remember them times going there. And then obviously from 2000 to 2003, it's clear as day, mate. I remember that. Like the pain of seeing West Ham go down in 2003 was heartbreaking. I'm not gonna lie. James, why did you support West Ham? Mine was because my dad saw the Hammers play against Arsenal years ago. Since then, it's been a supporter of them from Ireland. Fair enough, mate. I had one choice to make, mate, and that was support West Ham or become homeless. And I didn't fancy becoming homeless at the end of the day. My family, both sides of my family are from the East End. My dad's side is from Custom House. My dad was born in West Ham buildings, and my granddad was born in Plaistow. My mum's side was born in Manor Park, and basically, it's a way of life with me. My sister has a little boy, and his name is called Bobby, after the great man. And you know, we fucking as a fan base, or as a fan base, or in a family, from my side, we fucking love this club, mate. We love this club to bits. Yeah, we're not as over the top with all like the logos and all that, but we love this club, and we really, really do love this club, and it's just ingrained in you. Like with a, when you are in it, you feel the love of it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not being funny when I speak about West Ham. I speak from the art about it because I'm basically relaying back is how I actually generally feel. So I had a choice to make back in the day, and even my little nephew now, he's 5 years old. I buy him every single kit that I can afford, every year. Like this Christmas just gone, I bought him two West Ham kits because he will support West Ham, right? And he will be one of the sufferers like all of us. Do you know what I mean? And he loves it. He's a bit he suffers from autism, and you know what? I love the kid to death, and he loves West Ham. And when he sees the claret and blue and the bubbles, he starts to sort of do the sort of like signs and all that because he's non-verbal. And you know what? He's going to grow up to be an hammer, just like the rest of us, mate. So, and that's why, for me to be honest, that's why I support this club. And I've done ever since, mate. I'm 38 now, and I will continue to support this club to my last breath. Do you know what I'm saying? Glenn says, poor kid. I know, mate. I know. That was a bit deep, but there you go. Jimbo, rate these E20 pundits in terms of analysis. Oh, that's a good question. Iron's analysis. From one analysis to another. Right. I've got to get this one right. Do you know what? I am going to do it in reverse order. So we've got the 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Number 5, I am going to say, you've actually got me on the hop here now. You've done me Iron's analysis. Right. I'm going to say West Ham 5 Live, number 5. I think he gets some things right, but he does love a wind up. Alfie's out doing his thing currently right now. Number 4, I am going to say Clive. I don't think Clive's very on the ball with everything. But I think he looks at players, but he don't look at anything else. But yeah, Alfie 5, Clive 4, Lucas 3, Mitch 2, Jay 1. I think Jay's on the ball with everything. Jay will literally find every bit of analysis going. Mitch, I don't know about that. Do you know what I mean? Mitch is Mitch. But saying that, Mitch did say, like last season, go out and get Paulinho. Paulinho, right? And he was saying, let's not get fucking Alvarez, go and get Paulinho, and then Paulinho goes for 70 mil. So, uh, how have you put Alf 5? You know what I mean? I'm waiting for Alf to come back on E20 proper hammer. So when he comes back, he will get upgraded to a 4. Do you know what I mean? Phil says Mitch is a 6. The love hate affair with Phil and with Mitch is continuous. You know what I mean? Alfie called give me as and Kirk as early. Yeah, he did, mate. Do you know what? I'll swap Clive and Alf around. Clive can be 5 and maybe 4. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what? That's a tough one, mate. You know what I mean? Alf, if you're out there, son, apologies, boy. Do you know what I'm saying? I cried twice at West Ham when we left, and when JC lost his dad. Walked out as a played for us. Emotional shit that was. Yeah, I know, mate. That was an heavy night. Any tips tonight? Want to get down the bookies? Do you know what? Who's the referee tonight? It's always interesting to see who the referee is at West Ham United because they do love to shaft us with shit refs. Let's have a look. Dear. We have got, oh, fuck me, Craig Paulson tonight, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so that's bookings galore straight away. Get your money on. Let's have a look, see what they're doing the predicted lineup. Right, this is what they're. Oh, fuck me. Look at this predicted lineup, people. Look at that. Wait a minute. Let me swing it around this way, Fizz. That is the predicted lineup currently right now. If you can't see that, that is Fabianski in goal, Soufal, Mav, Kilman, Wan-Bissaka, Soucek, Alvarez, Mo, Soler, Paqueta, Danny, fucking Ings. Now, if that is the lineup, I ain't going to be happy. If someone said to me right now, who's going to get booked, I'd go Lukic for Fulham and I'd go Soufal for West Ham, if that is the case, right? And go from there. But, it is what it is. We will see what happens. Tips. Alvarez, booking first half, yeah. Where's the link to the green room? Ah, Phil, you're not coming on, sir. You're not coming on. Can't have you coming on, Phil. I mean, I've been doing this for an hour and 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Shout out to Phil. Alfie is an Everton fan now, following Moyes everywhere he goes. I did see him in his blue kit. I must admit, it was quite. Do you know what? When I met Alf, he's. I remember the night I met him, and he's a young lad, and fucking hell, he's such a wind up with him, but he's actually all right. He knows his shit. I'm not going to lie, but he just gets drained of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Some people can handle it, some people can't. And Alf's gone like, nah. After that, I'm having no more, mate. My first introduction to E20 Zone TV was the game Ings threw up an absolute stinker at home to Forest. Hilarious show, yeah. Well, fucking hell, he's still here. Do you know what I mean? I can't see Potter playing that lineup, James. He plays 3-4-3. That's transitioned into 4-4-2. Yeah, I know. His live scores, though, mate, and we will see what he does there. I thought Alva bought a whiff of the Midlands back instead, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Alf's everywhere now, mate. Anyone who follows Alf, like proper hammer will know this. Alf's everywhere. He's like a globetrotter, that geezer, mate. Isn't Alf a Tower wannabe? I remember you saying, mate, he does look like that, mate. And he's like, I was fucking rinsing him when I was here. Like, he's like, do you know, like the geezers that you get in the old sugar up, who like standing there, like all fucking tanned up and gel back hair and all that. Like, I mean, he won't last 5 minutes in fucking Dagenham, mate. Do you know what I mean? Poor sod, but fair play to him. He wants to look like someone from Towie. Like, it means, who's that bird? Gemma, is it? You can, Alf. You can do it. You know what I mean? Poor old Alf. Alf, your ear holes are burning, son, but, we love you on E20 Zone TV. He's the final piece of the puzzle that we need to get back onto the channel. And we will do. Hopefully, if he doesn't see this video, people, I will say that. Otherwise, he will do a runner. Dean, what are you saying, mate? Let's have a look. Dean, what do people think would happen if Sully shafted Steinem from his role? Do they think Sully wouldn't take over and add to his total of 52 Striker signings. Do you know what? The problem is with it is that, in all seriousness, when I say this, when I look at Sullivan, I look at a man who's always going to do stuff on the cheap, right? Every single time. And this is what we're going to see now. We're not going to see an up and coming striker. We're going to go and get someone like a Batshuayi because he goes by the name rather than the sort of quality. I I do not understand his methods. I think he's had over 100 strikers, someone said to me. In his time at West Ham, David Sullivan's had over 100 plus strikers, and they've all gone fucking near enough tits up. I can't remember. If someone could name me 5 strikers that he's brought to the club who are, I'm going to say this, actual strikers, not wingers converted, 5, I would like you to put it in the chat. Because we've seen Zaza here, we've seen fucking Hugo here, we've seen, well, fucking hell, we've seen some shit, haven't we? Mido here, Benny fucking McCarthy. Right, trust me, right, if we could have got fucking at least 20 of them right, we've been all right. Do you know what I mean? Let me know what you think. Irons analysis. From one Irons analysis to another. Jimbo, if you had to give up hosting the West Ham Spaces on Twitter, who would be the guy or girl to take the torch from you to host it? Do you know what? Listen, X Spaces, right, get a bit out of hand. Yeah, you just got to know how to handle these people. Some people act like birds, right, and get all offended by what they say. You just got to know how to handle them. Right? I know how to handle some of them. Who would I let do it? I think Kane's a good host, mate. Kane knows how to have a laugh, but then Kane goes backwards and forwards. But do you know what? Anyone can do it. You just got to know how to handle the audience. Do you know what I'm saying? And like show a bit of sort of nous when it starts getting overheated. Don't buckle under the pressure. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm going to be honest. When I've done the spaces before, and I remember doing some fucking cracking spaces a few years ago when we had the Lingard situation and we had Forest fans, West Ham fans in one space. And I had about, fucking hell, over 1,000 people in there, right? It was really good because you get opinions from Forest side of it, you got opinions from West Ham side of it, and it was a proper good space. But then, people just get a bit fucking weird and funny about people's opinions and shit. Like, not being funny, someone comes on and says, "Oh, well, I think I play as shit." I will question them why they think that. But then that's it, that's their opinion. But some people literally have to be right and they can't be fucking wrong. Do you know what I mean? Certain someone. So there you go. Diafra Sacco and Andy Carroll. We've got Jazz has gone for another one with Demba Ba. The last proper striker I could think was Sacco. Samaka would have been there if it weren't if it weren't for Moyes. Yeah, I know, mate. See, the striker front we do shit on. And that is down. That is down to the owner, James. Even Noland did not want to link up with Moyes at Everton. Tells me something about Moyes. Well, it don't help, Colin. He's employed to Northampton now. He's got his own management job. Oh, Kevin Noland. Do you know what I'm saying? But, Jay is brilliant in. Michael, don't leave me hanging there, son. Do you know what I mean? Don't leave me hanging. Uh, me and you have hosted some legendary spaces, James. Oh, mate, we have, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. The famous sort of listen, the Moyes in, Moyes out thing would always be remembered for some of the best debate sort of spaces going. Yeah, the Declan Rice one was one, another one when we was having it with Arsenal fans. And the thing is, you've got to understand something. When we do these spaces and you've got Arsenal fans coming in, we're going to defend our club. Yeah, some of us, like I remember having it with an Arsenal fan in a space because he was saying about Deck and everything, and I went backwards and forwards with him, right? And he was a right mouthy bastard. I'm not going to lie. And the thing is with me is, listen, we might not all agree as West Ham fans. Other West Ham fans channels might not agree with what I do on here. They might not even like me, right? Even though I'm quite a good-looking, pretty son of a bitch. But nevertheless, is that we will defend our players on that hill. Do you know what I mean? And we always will do, and that's how it is. So Um, Michael says, hit the like. 116 watching, 44 likes. Come on, lads. hit the like button, doing myself out. I've been doing this for an hour and fucking half. You know what I mean? I've got to at least get to 100 likes. Come on, help a brother out. Jimbo, have you been noticed by fellow watchers of the channel? Once I did get noticed once on the train. Geezer come up to me and they said, "Are you that E20 bloke?" I went, "Who's asking?" sort of thing, because I was like, right, is this geezer going to be all right, or am I going to expect a right hander over the top? So I was preparing myself for the right hander. He said, "I like what you do. I don't agree with some of the things you say, but I think you're doing a good job." And I was like, "Fair play, man." Like, do you know what I'm saying? Someone comes up to me and is all right, then I'm as good as gold. Do you know what I'm saying? And listen, when I go out with the boys, anyone wants to come out and have a beer with us, you fucking can. Do you know what I mean? Because that's how I am. I'm easy going like that. The only thing I don't like is when we, as a channel, get dragged into shit that's got nothing to do with us. To me, people have got a problem. There's me phone. There's me. Like, everyone knows where they can find me, but they seem to sort of chat the biggest amount of shite going. Do you know what I mean? So there you go. Do you work? Yes, I do, West Ham fanatic. Do you? If so, I want to see. I want your national insurance number on this platform right now, son. So there you go. Go and get your national insurance number. Plant it straight on here. I want to know if you're grafting today. I've done my work this morning. My work is done. So there you go. Show some love, guys. James is one of the best West Ham content. Do you know what? I am not the best. I'm just going to say this, right? I don't even want to be the best. Yeah, I just want to do my thing. When I see things like, "Oh, you're the best channel going" and all that, I'm like, all right. Do you know what I mean? Listen, right? I'm the worst. I'm the worst channel going. Yeah, I don't even watch my shit, people. Do you know what I mean? Because this sort of West Ham family fucking myth that goes around is the biggest myth I've ever heard in my life. And someone said that to me. Someone said that to me a long, long time ago. They said, "Jay, don't believe the West Ham family thing, mate, because it ain't real." And I was naive back in the day, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it is. I mean, we're all together, like claret and blue and all that." And they say, "You wait, you see." And I have seen it over the time. Listen, with me, if you're, I show people respect to show me respect at the end of the day, and I will help anyone. Do you know what I mean? And I do mean anyone. Shout out to Tony on Early Doors Football TV. Amount of times I've said to him, "Listen, you need any help, mate, I'll get you on here and I will promote you." Because that's what I do. Do you know what I mean? I will help anyone. Right? This is how I am. All the boys will, to a point. Lucas will, Jay definitely will, Mitch, when he's not swearing, will. We're all our own kind of people. Do you know what I'm saying? So um, but I'm just gonna say this: I'm the worst YouTube channel for West Ham. So there you go. Fucking give me the worst one. That's what I'm gonna say on that. I'm the I'm the worst. The worst. Yes, I am, mate. Barry, James, your top 820 wouldn't be anything without you. So you take the comment, bro. You've done amazing. Do you know what? I am proud of it. If you want me to be honest, when I look at things, I think how it was at the start, and some of the boys who are wind up merchants on Twitter. Yeah, some of them I do know. They found all my old stuff back in the day when I was J Hustle. Lucky when I first started out, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I really didn't, and I was just blagging it to a point to sort of coming on and trying to do something where I had no fucking clue what I was doing. Then over long periods of time, I've learned how to adapt. I've learned what's good, what's not. I've learned how to do three things at once: speaking to the camera, speaking to the mic, look at the chat, go through the comments. So yeah, I've learned quite a lot over the years. Do you know what I mean? But all the boys have done it. Lucas, I found Jay. Jay's a fucking diamond in the rough. I'm looking for other people. And do you know what? If they're out there, I will find them. I will find you. Do you know what I mean? It's just because I'm a fan of you now, it doesn't mean so I won't find you. And Jay, I found on X, yeah, and I had him on one show. I went, yeah, this kid knows what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't talk shit. He's professional. He comes across in the right way, and that's what it's all about. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, Alf, love Alf, but he was a wind-up merchant, mate. He used to wind me up all the time on here, and maybe back in the day, when I think about it, that yeah, he used to come on, he used to trigger me, and it made me look bad. But um, I wouldn't change it because Alf's just Alf, and yeah, he's a pretty boy from Benfleet. That's what he's known for. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah. What we got? Let's have a look. Afternoon, James. No to the back geezer. Just another over the hill cheap Sully option, mate. Yeah. I just hit the like. Just tune in on my break. Have we put a bid in yet? No bids are in yet, mate. Linked with Batshuayi and Evann Guessand, I think his name is 20 mil from Nice. Obviously, he will have connections with Tadibo. Both play together. So yeah, that's about it at the minute from that. I've just basically been rambling on for an hour and 30 minutes. She's gone out, and I thought, fuck it, I'll do a video. I'll talk to the community. Do you know what I mean? I'm not been commenting because I'm dog walking, but James, you're top of great West Ham knowledge and have helped me. So cheers. Yeah, listen, even the bowling lounge, mate. We fucking help everyone out, don't we? Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? Someone messaged me tonight and said, Jay, I'm starting a YouTube channel. I need your help. Can you help me get me out there? I say, right, time, date, done. Simple as that. And I won't even hesitate. Obviously, you've got to put out people that you believe also can do it. If you put out someone who's not very good speaker and all that's very hard because no one's going to interact with it. Do you know what I mean? And you have also got to come across with your heart on the screen. Do you know what I mean? I think when people sort of come out and go for a fucking mad one, when I've lost my rag on it, I've lost my rag for a purpose. I don't lose my rag for like to try and gain views. I've lost my rag because I fucking care. So we need Potter. We need to give Potter time. And I think he'll be all right. John, hope you're well out in Thailand, mate. Yeah, I agree with you. I've got to say, I love Jay. Such a good bloke. We share that. Give me love. we knows best. Joe, what is with Jay? With all the boys, they've all got their own different personalities. Yeah, Clive is very will say how he feels and but do it in an articulated way, and doesn't matter who he sort of offends. He will back Suchek up on the mountain. Yeah, Lucas, I love Lucas. Lucas is my boy. I've been through so much shit with him. Yeah, in regards of people not having him on the channel, saying because he's an American. And this is a man who comes over, he spends his fucking dough, he's up and down the land, he goes everywhere with his club, he went all around Europe with his club, and I've got people telling me he's not a real fan. I can't listen to that. I can't. Do you know what I mean? And I won't listen to that because it's wrong. Yeah, I understand the old school, but on this one, you got to. I can vouch for this geezer. Like this geezer puts his time, his effort, his love into this club, and that is good enough for me. Um, and Lucas knows what he's talking about to a point, even though people think of him as a fucking yank, right? Jay, I think Jay's a diamond. I think Jay calms me down to a point because Jay will speak when me and him do a one-on-one show, like we've done the preview, like we've done the after hours and things like that. Jay will come up and have opinions where he wants my opinion on it. It works well. And obviously, Mitch is another one who's a boy. He's another one who's on West Ham Fan TV. I love Mitch because he reminds me of me. He cares about this club and he's not afraid to show his emotion. And any man who can show their emotion is good enough for me. Do you know what I mean? It means that they really do genuinely care about the club. And obviously, Alf is Alf. Alf is a lad who he loves Mikel Antonio. Do you know what I mean? So there you go. Um, Predictions for tonight. I'm going for a 2-1 West Ham. I think it's a banker draw, mate, if I'm being honest. I hope we win. Yeah, I do. I really genuinely do hope we win tonight. I think we need a result, and Potter needs to get off to a start where we can build off. I think it's a nailed on draw for me tonight. James, a meet up with me, you, and Alf is overdue. Well, what do you mean, me, you, and Alf? There'd be loads of us, mate. I've got about 20 people who fancy coming out for fucking beer. It'd be like, I'll be organising an E20 Beano, mate, to Margate. Who's up for that in the summer? That will be electric, trust me. There will be many drinks drunk on that day. I watch all channels. I do like yours, James. You wear your heart on the sleeve. This is a mate. At the end of the day, right, everyone's got their own sort of flavour. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes I'm not the flavour of the month. It goes to other people. But the thing is, for me, I'm not after being the best. Right? I'll put me as the fucking worst West Ham channel. You know what I'm saying? put me down for that because I don't really give a shit about being the best. I'm not after being the best. I'm not. And the people who want to be here, that's who I want here. The people who want to be here, not the people who make out they want to be here and, you know, fucking like I spy my little eye, see what fucking minions are going to have here tonight. Do you know what I mean? I don't roll like that. Do you know what I mean? You want to come here, you want to speak, you can speak. The platform's always open. You can come on, have your say, off camera, on camera. It really doesn't fucking bother me because it's an open platform and it always has been, it always will be. So, you know, a YouTube channel that isn't a document. A YouTube channel isn't it's wearing your heart on your sleeve and building your own community, rising your own views. Fair enough, mate. Man, one thing I've got to do is get me words out, mate. I think I'm fucking slurring me words for some reason. That's not a good sign. I don't need to go every game to be a true hammer. Some can't afford it nowadays. That is true. That is true. Some people can't afford it. Some people have like life takes over, illness takes over. Do you know what? My granddad, God bless him, yeah, absolute like legend. Right, he used to be a steam train driver, and he fucking loved this club. I remember him back in the day. Like every time I used to go to Wales, because that's where he used to live in Plaistow. Moved from Plaistow to Ockenden out in Essex, then from Essex to North Wales. And I've got a big family in North Wales. And he used to go to North Wales, Cockney accent, had the old fucking Del Boy hat, like the old fucking flat cap. And every time I used to go up and see him, right, boy, what you saying about West Ham? Come on, right, let's talk. Right, what that DeCanio's a good player, and shit like that. It was just, you know, I remember them days, and I will never forget them days. And you know what? Seeing young people growing up supporting the club, it is quite good to see. Do you know what I mean? Like, because let's be honest, we've all been whatever fucking generation you are, whether you're from the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s. One thing that we've all got in common is we all care about this club in our own different ways. We ain't all going to get on. Do you know what I'm saying? Simple as that. We might not even all like each other. Do you know what I mean? But we all care. So that's what the main thing is. Robbie England. Hi, guys. How you doing, Robbie? Hope you're good, mate. What are the worst Twitter accounts? Top 5 worst. Oh, you've done me there, mate. I'm going to put myself number 5 because every time I sort of say something, no one likes us. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone sort of gets the ump with me. So put me number 5. Central's got to be one, hasn't he? That ginger geezer, mate. He needs to fucking get a bird and get off fucking X. Every time I see him put something on there. Do you know what? I'm just going to say it. You can put E20 number 5 because we're the worst. We're the worst YouTube channel from the West Ham community, and we're the worst Twitter fucking space because I'm the one who fucking runs the Twitter. But Central likes to nick other people's content. Jay comes out and puts something out there, right? And then you go and nick it and then delete and then block him. And I'm like, oh, you need to get a bird, mate. James is dying to say me. Nah, you just touched, son, in the head. That's all it is. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what? Everyone's got their own fucking opinions, and it ain't about who's being right and all that, but it is what it is. Not Paul 1985. Do you know what? He does crack me up with some of the stuff he comes out with, but I'm gonna be straight. I don't think Paul's a troll, mate. If you want me to be honest, I think this guy's highly educated and he knows what he's doing. People might not like him for what he posts and stuff like that, but he's not a mug. I will say that from speaking to him on the platform, he knows what he's right. He knows what he's doing. I think he's involved in media, if I'm being honest, and I think he knows what he's fucking saying and how he comes across. So you know, Mitch is number 5. West Ham Central is number 4. Johnny Sims is number 3. Jack Sullivan is number 2, and Elon Musk comes in at number 1. Shout out to Elon. You know what I mean? Elon, you're the worst account on your own platform. You know what I mean? You need to get out the door, son. Afternoon, James. How are you, mate? I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm just talking to the community. Um, I don't. Paul Smart. I don't agree with barely anything he says, but he is a nice guy deep down. Do you know what? I think everyone's got their own opinions on him. Some accounts are just wind up merchants. That fucking Potter out one, aka Mike Theory, wherever you are, twat. The other day, I had so many people on my case because he's got my boat race all over his fucking account. So I had to message him and say, Mike, you're gonna have to take it down, or I'm gonna come down to your gaff, mate, and send you to Cyprus, even though you're Greek. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, he was he's a fucking wind up, I must admit. And I see something yesterday, and Jay said to me, like, he just Theory does come out with some classics. I will say that, but yeah, he's a fucking another wind up merchant. I just think you just got to know how to like take X to a point, and I've learned over the years. My issue is I've got to not be personal, but they say something to you don't like, you just got to be kind and say, all right, fair enough. You know what I'm saying? I have one account on there that literally gives me grief all the time. Literally, every time I say something, like, it's an old boy, right? I just think, like, bruv, you're worrying about E20's own TV X fucking account. Do you know what I mean? Go and watch the snooker. Do you know what I mean? Go and watch the Masters, or, you know what I mean? Go and plant a fucking tree or something. Do you know what I mean? You ain't got to worry about me. I'm a nobody. Uh, we should do, we should have an E20 get together, a few beers and a kebab. Do you know what? I am going to plan on doing something when Lucas is over here, so you will know about it. And yeah, anyone who's from the ends, we're probably going to go down to Stratford. So anyone who's back in Stratford, by all means, come down. See me, Lucas, Jay, Mitch. We're all good lads in our own ways. Do you know what I mean? And I will, as I've always said, I will always defend these lads because they're not bad people. Do you know what I mean? I can take the brunt of it from some people, but you know, for me, I look at this and I think, right, I'm the one who started it, so I'm the one who's got to take the most shit out of it. Do you know what I mean? If it comes to me, then I will deal with it to a point. Bring, I'll bring the comments to the Phil, can I ask you a question? Right, because we're doing like an in-depth analysis now. Yeah, and I'm going to have to cut this off in a minute because you know what I mean? We've got a game tonight. Um, why is it that you've got this hatred for Mitch? Just, just tell us. I need to know because, Joe, what amount of times Phil would basically Mitch would be on a live with me, and then Phil would just come in with a comment, and Mitch would be just triggered, like, "Bosh, fucking, I'm gonna react straight away." Tell us, Phil. I need to know. Do you not remember how it all started? No, I don't, mate. I actually don't. All I remember, I tell you what it is. I remember that you, it was like a Suchek thing or something, yeah. And basically, you would say something, and he would just get triggered. Do you know what I mean? Uh, Jimbo, can you reveal the story with Nick and Gary at Booze? Did they generally fall out? Gary seems very sore on that channel. I honestly don't know, mate. And it's really no concern to me at all what other people are doing. Do you know what I mean? Um, yeah, nothing to do with me at all, mate. Being his nephew isn't easy. Oh dear. Uh, you're not his nephew, are you? Because if you are, then that is just epic. Like, we've found out something tonight, people, that Michy's nephew has just got him rent free in his bonds. You know what I mean? I was under the impression that Mitch was Canadian. No, he lives up the road from me, mate. Funny enough, Mitch. So what? He's good as gold, Mitch. He really is. Right, he's one lad that I think is just absolute top. Like, I remember doing with him, like, videos with him for time. Obviously now he's got a missus, and he's not allowed out on numerous occasions. But you know, we don't mention that here, Mitch, do we? That you're not allowed out anymore on the channel. Mitch. So yeah, but no, he's a top lad. He's a top lad. He jumps on when he can, and really, he's a diamond, mate. He really is. James, James, when are you going to giving me my own transfer segment on the show? When you stop telling Porky Pie, son. I've seen people calling you out today, saying about that Duran is incoming, and you said it's here we go, and someone did retweet it and say that's the 7th time you've said that in a space of a year. So yeah, you got to start telling the truth, mate. I can't be associated with a liar. Do you know what I mean? Don't be lying to me. Mitch is just an awkward guy sometimes. When he does the analysis, he just pauses and then does his own thing. Do you know what? Oh, mate, that drives me nuts because now you've got me triggered now because I'll be speaking to him and he'll be miles away. And I'm like, Mitch, get back to what I'm saying. Like, if I'm mentioning a player, like, say, Sufal, I say, Mitch, yeah, well, what about Sufal? And he's going, he's carrying on. He's just forgotten all about it. So, fucking Mitch, if you're out there, get back on the sauce, son. Right, what we got here? That's actually never happened, but it did make me laugh. Yeah, it made me laugh and all, mate. I'm not gonna lie, it was funny. You still going, James, talking about the Shannon? I'm not talking about the Shannon. If you're talking about the Shannon in Ireland, I've been there. But yeah, Mitch cares more about the live chat than his own missus. Phil, don't get me in trouble, mate, because like Mitch will hunt me down. Like he's about 6'3", isn't he, Mitch? He's a big old boy, mate. Do you know what I mean? He started to do what was he starting to do? Kickboxing, I think. He's kickboxing, Phil. So be aware, mate. He's coming for you. Do you know what I mean? Uh, Shannon's was downstairs to Dirty Bertie's. Yeah, mate. Do you know what I mean? I can honestly say, seeing Potter's interviews are a lot easier to get through them than Loppy's. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. They are really, they really are. Do you remember when Mitch's mum come on the street? Oh, that was fucking epic, mate. I remember when his Siri went off when we were talking about transfer, and he's got some bird saying like Siri starts going off, and he starts talking to him, and that was funny. But yeah, the mum one coming in, and he was like literally sunk in the chair. That was just funny as mate, honestly. But yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. Those were the days when E20 was a bit mental, but now we're a bit more calm and reserved to a point. After a year been under the shackles, he's of his 6'4" brother. Phil, your hatred for Mitch will continue to the day you are no longer here, son. You know what I mean? Well, I am going to wrap this up here, yeah, because there's for two reasons. One, I've been going for an hour and 47 minutes. It's been a good one. Really enjoyed this one. Just open chat, really, and just talking about transfers and things like that. Two, if I stay on any longer, I'm going to be in the darkness. Do you know what I mean? I was in the light, and now I'm going to be in the darkness. I love these one-on-one James chats and questions. Respect, bro. Yeah, no worries, mate. Did all you guys meet through the channel, or did you know or two of them before? No, I met them all through the channel, mate. Like Lucas, I knew from American Hammers. Mitch got stitched up on a channel before, and I got him on here. And I said, Mitch, you want to come on? You can come on. And me and Mitch went out and had a few beers a while ago up in Romford, and because where he lives locally to me, it's an easy place to meet. So I met Mitch there. Went out and not met them all last time Lucas was over. And obviously Jay's been on the scene for the last 6-7 months. So, and Clive has been here for a while and all. So, I let them go and do their thing. At the end of the day, like Clive went away for 9 months, went around the world, and fucking was in Dubai and Bali and America. Like, mate, if you ever want any travel advice, speak to Clive because he's been fucking everywhere. But yeah, like I let them go do their thing, but they know if they ever want to come on here, one message and it's done. Simple as that. Smash a like on this video. If you want to watch the Rumour Has It show, the first 30 minutes is of it. And after that, we talk about nightclubs and West Ham and replica and all sorts. You know what I'm saying? And Cosmo runners come in, so I might as well let him have his final say. James, score tonight. I'm going for a 1-1, mate. Both teams to score, draw for me. I think. I feel like I just don't think we've got enough firepower to beat Fulham. And I don't think we're going to lose under Potter's first game. So I think the draw's the safest bet, if I'm being honest. Do you know what I mean? And get to that one. Give James a thumbs up, I think that is, or give him a thumbs. You know what I mean? James, mate, I've got my shit together to leave work so I can stop at the shop for a few beers for the game tonight. Good one, fella. I'll watch you later. Yeah, listen, I'll be on later on tonight after full. And I might do the player ratings pre-recorded, so do check it out on there. Anyway, from me to you, take care of yourselves out there, wherever you are, and I'll see you later on this evening. Bosh.